each other and leave very, very close because we're going to be huddling for more.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Great. Living the dream.
Living the dream. So, season 2, how does it feel?
Fantastic.
Going into it?
Really great. Really great. Lots of big surprises. I think the show is never been more emotional. The stunts are amazing, the visual effects are amazing, the sets are amazing. Everything is, we're just trying to elevate the bar from season 1, and season 1 was already good, and we're just trying to take it to the next level.
I think you'll see from the sizzle reel and the little clips that we saw, it's like a little bit more grit, a little bit more texture, and darkness to the series.
What are some new sets that you can tease for
Hunter's Moon. So Hunter's Moon is a bar in Chinatown that obviously is in the books, and everybody can go there. Mundanes, downworlders, and the downworlders can just glamour, and they can hide themselves. So it's a cool Chinatown bar, and that's where Maya's a bartender, and that's where a lot of our stuff. That's where a lot of our interactions happen on this new set. It's kind of like the peach pit of Shadowhunter world. And the Institute has been expanded quite a bit. So that set, which was already cool, is so textured. Magnus's apartment has been upgraded and is really elegant. And you're going to see a lot more in New York City in season 2. We shot a bunch of plates, and we do a lot of green screen work where they're under the Brooklyn Bridge, or they're at parks in New York that we shoot. The Flatiron Building and all kinds of stuff, which is such a part of Cassie's book that wasn't really in season 1 as much, but to try to ground the show and feel as real as possible.
Can I just sit here?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
My partner, so I'll be with you briefly.
Of course.
We're happy to have you.
We're talking season 2.
Ooh, exciting.
Very
Okay.
exciting.
Did you bring everybody in to film here, or you just did outside location?
We just did plays, and so with the magic of green screen and visual effects, you won't know the difference.
We want you here for a couple episodes.
We
would love it.
We would love it. Unfortunately, the budget is, what the budget is. But
Well, you'll be #1 this year, so the budget should go up a little bit.
I really feel like Todd and Darren get that New York is a character in the story.
Yeah.
That it's like, there's a reason all the books start with city of, and like when I first moved to New York, like it was a love letter to New York and like the kind of like fantasy world that I saw like behind everything in New York, and I feel like we see that a lot more in season 2, like the presence of the city.
Can you talk about some of the new characters and new dynamics we'll see between some of the season 1 characters, maybe?
Sure. Well, the new character that we're most excited about is Maya. Cassie created this unbelievable character that drew us in, and we cast Alicia Wainwright, who Cassie got to meet a couple days ago. And she's funny, she's sexy, she's charming, and she kicks quite a bit of ass. And that, to have those 4 things in one actress is a rare thing. And I think when I was on the set and saw you, and she had a smile, and I looked at you, is that close to Maya? And she had a kind of a fun nod. I think fans will love her.
Oh, I absolutely think they'll love her. She's really grounded, so she's super relatable feeling, despite being ridiculously beautiful.
Right.
And I think that they're going to love her dynamic with the existing characters. She comes in and she shows you a side of the characters that that you haven't seen before, and I think that's always one of the ways that you deepen a character and come to love them more.
Yeah, she plays with Jace, and the first encounter is through Jace's eyes. She plays with Simon. She'll play with Clary, and of course Luke. Right, Luke is a bit of a surrogate father to her, and they've got great chemistry. You see that for a
Yeah, and one of the things I think is kind of fun, and that's probably a spoiler too, is that Maya comes in and she's got this relationship with Luke. She's got this relationship with Simon because they're both downworlders, and so Clary sees this lady moving in on the 2 men in her life that are like, and she's like, whoa. Wait a second. I mean, like, she's not jealous, and there's no negative like stuff there, but it makes her look, I think, at Simon in a new way, and that's kind of cool.
There's also Vicar Aldridge. We saw that clip of he's coming in to take over the Institute as a representative of play, and he's going to create a lot of issues between our characters. He lives and dies by play and by the law, so we'll be making our characters' lives a little bit different.
Especially as a Can't say anymore. But he's a great actor, Nick Sager. He's British. and he brings this elegance to it, but also he's hot as hell, and there's a sexiness to him. But again, he's charming and he has got a sense of humor, and he plays well with everyone. We're really excited about his addition. The Alder-Tree character in the book is different than the Alder-Tree. For all the book readers to know, it's a different character. But
There's a couple touch points of
yes,
similarity.
totally.
Well,
Last question. Sorry.
how has the fan base for the show, the ones that were fans of the book, how have they reacted? Because I know some get very possessive and they're like, it doesn't follow the book, which may not work for a TV show, but they still get upset because what's that feedback been?
I mean, I think that most people understand that you do need to change things for a television show, but they want to see the material honored. However things are changed, they want to feel like those changes were deliberate and they were made for good reasons. And I think that, there was some contention the first season. There were fans who liked it and there were fans who didn't, and weren't happy with the changes. And I feel like one of the good things about having Todd and Darren on board is they've brought back the show tonally from books. And to me, that's a huge part of it, because even if events play out differently, and they must because of the timing and the pacing. The books take place over about 6 weeks. The show's got to take place over a longer period of time. As long as things feel tonally right, people are comfortable. Because basically, when they're reading fantasy, you want to inhabit the world. You want to live in Westeros, and you want to live in Bon Ton. If it feels right, then you're happy.
Right. And it's interesting. I'm a 15-year-old girl dressed as a 50-year-old man. So I
Never know.
I'm a geek. I'm a fan of the books, and so for us, and in Smallville, we come from the Smallville world, and I did that show for 7 years, and we were Superman fans. But if you honor the source material and you treat it with reverence, then all of a sudden the fans give you permission to change and evolve, because they understand it, you get it. And I think, like you said about tone, it's hugely important, but the yearning and the angst, that turns us on, versus what's the mission, what have I got to steal the Book of White, because the books, how they kind of spoke to us was the yearning, the relationships, the characters. That's why we're here, and I think she's such a character writer that TV is built based on characters, right? Like our favorite shows are our favorite characters, and right now we have a Sam, but those characters are there. They're in the books. All we can do is honor it, make them breathe, make them live in a special way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.